Alright guys, welcome back to the channel. If you're new, my name is Bobby. Guys, in today's video the topic is there is no monogamy in the West. There is no monogamy in the modern world. There is no monogamy per definition. Because we have to ask ourselves, of course, what does monogamy mean, or what did it mean initially? Monogamy used to mean two people getting together and staying together for the rest of their lives. That of course would then imply that those two people would enter into a marriage as virgins, male and female alike, and then they stay together. Even if you talk to atheists or modernists, materialists, they will say the same thing about animals, for example. There are certain species that are monogamous, such as penguins. That is always a common example that they use. And then they say, look at those penguins, they stay together for life. And yet again, the implication is that two animals meet each other, stay together for the rest of their life, and they have no other partners ever. This is true monogamy. And so therefore, this is not only Islamically speaking, but if we look into traditional religions, Christianity, for example, in the Christian world, monogamy was clearly defined. Matter of fact, I would make the argument that it was Christianity that defined monogamy more than any other religion. Because it was Jesus that said that if you cannot stay together until death parts you, then you shouldn't get married at all. So therefore, the Christian concept of monogamy is even stricter. It means you enter into marriage as virgins and you stay together until you die, no matter what, through good times and bad times. So there is no divorce really when it comes down to Christianity. Anyways, back to the topic of monogamy. I say there is no monogamy in the West. Why is that so? Because people nowadays, they have relationships, situationships, they have hookups, one-night stands, friends with benefits, etc. And matter of fact, the whole system is reversed. Because, as I said already, back in the day, people would enter into marriage as virgins, which means they would enter into marriage and then they would start having sex. However, nowadays it is upside down. People have sex with all kinds of people and then they enter into marriage to stop having sex with others. That's really what it boils down to. It's very, very strange times indeed. So, and this is why the concept of monogamy is dead ultimately. People give Islam a lot of flack and they say, look at Islam, it is so evil, polygyny, blah, 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 blah. But they don't understand that they are not practicing monogamy at all anymore. That concept doesn't exist any longer. Now, of course, I'm not saying that there is not still a minority of people somewhere in the West that actually enter into marriage as virgins. There is, but it's a tiny, tiny percentage. In the grand scheme of things, the major population of the world, the major population of the West, the major liberal population stops having sex with other people when they enter into marriage until they get divorced. Every second marriage ends up in divorce anyways. But the point of the story is that they're living in a delusion ultimately. They're still clinging on to the concept of monogamy because it feels good, because it makes them feel righteous, especially when they get a little bit older and they're not in their crazy years anymore. They want to feel virtuous. And they want to say that they are truly monogamous. But as I stated, per definition, nobody is really monogamous any longer in the West, because monogamy concludes that you enter into a fixed relationship, i.e. marriage, as a virgin, and you die as such. Alright guys, just a quick video today. If you liked it, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, and check out the links in the description box below to further support my work. Check out my new ebook as well, in which I talk about my reversion journey to Islam. And as always, may God bless you all. Much love and peace.
يا نفس إن لم تظفري لا تجزعي